No, we make it work, you know.
Alright, I'll be right back. No, I there it is. Where you guys picking out?
Scott got the piece that's on the staircase on the right there at the top.
No, I there it is. Where you guys picking out? No, I there it is. Where you guys picking out? No,
I think the name kind of came out of basically the property where the original art farms, the first 5 were held on this big old turn-of-the-century home that sat on 5 different lots of property out in West Seattle, Beach Drive. And we threw 5 separate parties over an 8-month period, starting last October. So, and I've been involved in each of the previous 6 art farms, so this will be number 7 for everybody.
And it was just this massive house on this massive piece of property in West Seattle, and it was this cool old like early 1900s farmhouse. And I think like right when we moved in, we were just like, we both had a feeling like the house was, you know, like meant for something.
We ended up getting a big house in West Seattle, and from that platform we created Art Farm. And then you know, there's been a real core group of artists who have been supportive and really endearing and willing to put forth energy, and all of a sudden we find ourselves with more and more people who are willing to help us out and to work with us. So it kind of took shape.
This is definitely going to be the biggest art farm yet. I've been involved since the very beginning. Ryan, Henry Ward, we re-met. We were both at the Orange Splot in Fremont, which was just an amazing place for artists. The gallery owner had a really good eye, and he brought a lot of really good artists together, like Ryan Henry Ward, Nick Beery, me, and some other amazing artists who are still very, very much a part of the art scene here in Seattle.
The way I got involved in Art Farm was Ryan Henry Ward, one of the key guys in it. Him and I met randomly like in Bellingham like 5 or 6 years ago. He was painting in a park, and I was like, hey dude, I'm an artist too, but I do like street art and stuff too. So I had stuff up all over Bellingham, and then I gave him a card, and he was like, oh yeah, I got a connection to this little guy, you know? So then like fast forward like 5 years, we didn't really keep in contact. Fast forward like 5 years later, I had a mural up in this art store I was working in, and he came in and asked, like, he was like, I recognize that work, you know? And came in, and I was like, I walked down the parking lot, I'm like, dude, you're the guy that I met in Bellingham 5 years ago, you know? And then he starts telling me about his life and that he's painting all these murals, and I put the pieces together. I'm like, dude, you're Henry? Like, he's got like 100 murals around the city. It's crazy. And then he invited me to like, I think it was Art Farm 4 or 5, almost a year ago now.
So it's been an incredible growing experience as an artist, and the word of mouth has really caused these events to take shape and become pretty epic.
The first one was pretty exciting and cool, but then we started this arts and crafts group like every Wednesday, and it was just like artists getting together and having conversations and like, well, what can we do for the next art farm? And it was just like this big collaboration of different artists talking about, you know, contributing to this force that we had started, and so each one kind of had a different dynamic.
Seems only fitting I be smitten, using my wits to face the challenges, stocking up gallons for the free for all. Old system, it's bound to fall, coming up as tall as I can within the band's plan up on my grandstand.
I think tonight's going to be the biggest. So this house is fantastic. The house that we had in West Seattle was pretty epic, and it's been difficult to live up to that standard because we were on a compound. We had, an acre and a half, 5 outbuildings, and all that sort of stuff. So it's really great to have this house. It's beautiful. It's kind of the right era. It's got all those nooks and crannies that makes people feel, at home, or at least that they can escape or find different spots and have their own experiences and moments and stuff like that. So, I think this house is a huge attribute to what we're doing. And then, I think the art in particular in this round is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so Painting Naked Ladies kind of got started with, I'd been working with Adam Bale, he's a filmmaker, and we've done, a bunch of projects together, and he actually moved into the house, the art farmhouse, and so it was me, Sean, and Adam living there, and we decided that we wanted to make a film for the Seattle Erotics Art Festival, and I was like, well, let's, I had this idea of doing like body prints where I'd paint girls and like print their bodies onto canvas and stuff, and so originally what I did is I just got on Craigslist and said, Ryan Henry Ward is looking for live models that want to be painted, and I got 100 people responded to it, and I went through their portfolios and found a girl that I thought was fitting for my art style, and we made a art project out of it. We made a film and different photography stuff, and did installations with that around town. And then after I had done that, some other people got a hold of me and were like, do you want to paint, some women at this party or that party? And I started doing it, and then it really was working out. So I was like, I'm bringing this to Art Farm, and it just happens to be this thing that I think is really kind of gives the art parties kind of a primitive base of humanness. Here's a naked person, here's an artist painting on a naked person, and naked women have been a part of art forever, and the Renaissance art's full of nudes, and but to have a real live person there being painted is it's an interesting kind of exciting thing for people, because it's it's something that they don't run into every day, and I think it's just this beautiful process of taking someone's body and altering it with paint, and the model's response to the crowd, and it's just this kind of interactive experience that I think is kind of becoming one of the forces behind I guess the tribal elements of Art Farm, and it's just one of those things that people love to see. It's it's kind of a crowd pleasing event, and it kind of gives a little structure to the night, I think. At least it does for me as an artist. It's okay, this is what it gives me focus. I gotta work, I gotta I gotta paint tonight.
Scott got the piece that's on the stairway.
It'd be hot, DJ. No, we make it work,
Alright, I'll be right back.